thewellnesscouch.com, streaming wellness into your lives.
Welcome to 100 Not Out, featuring your hosts Dr. Damien Christoph and Marcus Pearce.
Welcome to another edition of 100 Not Out, a weekly show dedicated to helping you master the art of aging well. My name is Marcus Pearce, and I am here with the co-founder of The Wellness Couch and The Wellness Guys. Here's the larrikin of lifestyle. He is Dr. Damien Christoph. How are you, mate?
Hey, mate.
You are a larrikin because you're so relaxed.
Is that a larrikin? I thought larrikins cause trouble.
No, larrikin for me is like blasé in the most awesome way possible because you don't get. I mean, you have stresses in life. But you're also really good at just relaxing about the things that aren't so important.
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
the reason why I say that is because recently on another podcast that I host or co-host called Inside the Champion's Mind.
Great podcast. If you're not listening to Inside the Champion's Mind, you're missing out.
You're missing out. It's like if you're not getting adjusted, go see a chiropractor.
Yeah, you're missing out.
You're missing out.
Yeah, not eating forage.
Yeah, you are definitely missing out. I had forage this morning, homemade by Jackson Christoph.
Yeah.
With muesli, yogurt, blueberries, raspberries, and I put an MP addition in there.
What'd you put in there? Banana. I saw that. Half banana left there.
But you know what happened?
No.
These guys have a banana cutter, splitter thing. This thing.
It's a tool.
And I went to, essentially you get your banana, you do it, and anyway, I went, and the banana went, so apparently what I didn't recognise is that I had the banana splitter facing up.
Upside down.
So my banana, instead of falling into the bowl,
I didn't realise you did that.
Under the ground.
That's when I was on a call. That's very funny.
So,
Well
so you got to have forage and split the banana.
Great banana splitter.
And I did a podcast with LT and said, LT, I think it'd be really wise if we did 9 to 5. No, we did waking up until going to bed, a day in the life of LT and myself, just so people know what happens in the real world.
Yeah,
like
right.
What actually happens.
Yeah.
And he said, no, we won't get through a whole episode. Like, that's boring. Like, people don't care about that. And I said, you might think it's boring, but the journalist in me says people like human interest stories.
They do, don't they?
They're interested, human beings are interested in other human beings. And so I thought, you know what? We ended up doing a double episode because we could only get to lunchtime by the end of episode 1. And we might get through all of this in one episode. It might take us 2 episodes. But what I would love to do, I'm happy to share mine, but I'm really interested in yours. I'd love to go through from the moment you wake up on a normal given day, a typical day. And I know you have some different days, like Wednesdays you're not in practice and Tuesdays you are all day. But if we can just start at the beginning and finish at the end, because we talk about 100 Not Out, mastering the art of aging well, let's find out how you live your 100 Not Out lifestyle so that some of the little tweaks, I mean, LT and I ended up realising that LT starts his day watching a motivational video on YouTube.
Wow.
And then
Every day?
Every day. And
wow.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, there must be a lot of motivational videos on YouTube. We've since had people emailing us and Facebooking us going, thanks so much for that tip. I'm starting my day with a motivational video and I'm loving it. But then whilst we were recording it, we got into what do you do after lunch? We were both saying it's a bit of a drag, harder for us after lunch. And he's like, oh my gosh, Marcus, I just realised I don't have a routine, a ritual for after lunch, like start off with a motivational video or whatever. And he's like, I'm going to start doing it. So it ended up being quite therapeutic for us to do that process. And so if you're happy to, you're happy if we go through our start of the day to the end of the day?
Okay.
Anything?
We can definitely do that. No, that's fine.
As little or as much as you like?
We can do that. Yeah, let's do that because obviously I have some kind of a routine because, you know, my days
Well, you
are
eat
quite
breakfast,
similar.
lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
So everyone's is different, but I think that's really important.
All right, let's do that.
For people to recognise. All right.
Like it. Good.
So let's start at the very beginning.
Yeah.
What time generally do you get up in the morning?
Somewhere between 5:30 and 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless I'm really tired. Sometimes I can get really, really tired because it's been an intense week or an intense couple of days or I've been travelling. I'll be 6:15.
Yeah. So, but never any really later than 6:15.
Oh, look, on the weekend, we went away and we didn't get out of bed till, I think, 8 o'clock.
Nice. Now, I think that's really cool. And you're not
Gee,
in
I
there...
was tired by sleeping in there, you know what I mean?
Yep. But did you have the guilt that you got up a bit later?
No, not at all.
Good. So you didn't feel like you'd wasted a precious, some people call the best part of the day.
Well, some people will try to project that on us. They're like, well, you've just missed the best part of the day. I said, well, the best part of the day is right now.
Yes, good call. High five to that.
Well, it is, right?
Straight back in your face. The best part of the day is right now.
Yeah, so...
How's that for an Instagram, Insta-quote, Insta-famous, Insta-share all around the world?
We could do that.
We'd have to spend half an hour prettifying the
Make it-
picture and getting
make
the
it
quote
Insta-worthy.
and Make it Insta-worthy. Are we worthy enough to be Insta-worthy?
I don't know, you are.
No,
Look at
I'm
you.
not enough.
Look at you.
So 6:15 Monday to
Yep.
Friday, generally the latest.
Yep.
Do you have a ritual when you get up? You get up.
Yep.
Do you lie in bed and listen to Radio National for half an hour? Do you
No.
get up, put on some sneakers and do stuff? Do you get up? What do you do?
Yep, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, it's straight up and to do some exercise. So Amber goes off to her gym. I'll usually go out the front and do some burpees, push-ups, rings, that sort of thing, just like we did this morning.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I really enjoy that.
And that was cool. We enjoyed that this morning.
Yeah.
So that's
or
your
I'll go and train with Ash Bedford.
Yes. So that's your thing at the moment, right? Because when I was here last time, you and Amber were
Meditating.
meditating.
Yeah.
So this is really important because some people are really fixed, on diet or paleo 100% of the time or whatever. Let's talk about morning rituals.
Yep.
It changes depending on what you're interested in
And the season.
and the season.
Like, we don't want to go sit outside and do meditation in the cold. It's
Yeah.
getting cold now in Melbourne.
So and were you getting up at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock to do that?
5:30, 6 o'clock.
Yeah, so you're getting up maybe same time, but you were doing something different, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I think, as you said, the season dictates our lifestyle a lot, and we've got to be okay with that. So that's really cool. So at the moment, you get up, and the first thing you do is go and exercise.
Yep.
Yep. Do you have like a nutritional thing? Do you get up and have 2 glasses of water with lemon juice, a cup of tea, take some supplements, whatever? You just shoes on and go.
Shoes on, drink of water, freshen up a little bit, clean the teeth.
Yep.
Done.
Cool.
Get
All right.
out.
So you've done your exercise. What do you do after that?
Shower.
Always a shower?
Always.
I want to share the differences. I'll tell you mine after you've told me yours.
Well, the reason
but,
why I like to shower, because cleaned our teeth, time for a shower, because I like to...
exercise, clean teeth, shower.
No, clean teeth, exercise. I clean the teeth before I go and exercise.
Really? So you wake up and clean your teeth?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Well, it's good too,
So I
'cause-
love doing this stuff. So you wake up and clean your teeth.
Yeah,
Before you've even had anything to eat.
Well, you wake up with poo breath. There's not many people that don't wake up with poo breath. Really, let's talk about it. Some kind of fairies
Poo
walk
breath.
past.
I have never heard of poo breath.
I betcha people have smelt it.
Poo breath?
Yeah, well, it's just sleep breath. Wake up in the morning, your breath isn't fresh. Like you've either
Well,
slept
your,
with
your
mouth
body's been
open.
detoxifying, so it's toxic breath.
Well, it's detoxifying. It's been sleeping. Some people have been sleeping with their mouth open. Things could have crawled in there. Things could have
Spiders.
crawled out of there. And,
Poo breath?
So you got to clean your teeth, get fresh, drink some water, get all of that nice and hydrated again. Then off I go and do exercise.
Ah, that is fascinating. All right, so
It's nice to feel fresh.
poo breath removal,
Yeah.
hydration,
Yep.
exercise,
Yep.
shower,
Yep. Food.
breakfast,
Brekkie.
forage.
Forage, kale eggs.
What's the split? Out of the 7 days of the week, how many days forage, how many days kale eggs?
It's not split anymore. It's not split. I don't think it was ever split. Like, we might have bircher. If I've made a bircher, we'll have the bircher for the week.
Yeah,
If
but
I haven't made a
whatever you
bircher-
feel like.
Yeah, we haven't made the bircher. Sometimes I wake up in the morning and go, Amber, what do you... Because my job is to get breakfast ready. So wake up in the morning, go, what do you want for brekkie? Amber will say, let's have eggs. So I'll get in, go and make some kale eggs. I've always got the stock ready to rock and roll. So the beef broth or the bone broth or the chicken broth, whatever it is, we've got that going. It's there. So we'll just make the kale eggs. Or we'll get stuck into some muesli, the forage muesli.
Yep. Okay. Have your breakfast.
Yeah.
And then that's generally you and Amber together.
Yep. Amber and I and Jackson.
And Jackson.
together.
That's
Yep.
always before school. 3 of you
Always.
together. Is that a quality thing for you? Like, is that a ritual? Like, it's a high priority? Is it high priority that you're having it together, or is it not really it's more that the priority is that you make it, and it could be that the 3 of you are having it at separate times because you've all got different agendas?
No, I reckon 95% of the time we'd have it together.
Wow. And so that's
nice.
because it's important?
Yeah.
Yeah. For the
Nice.
three of you?
Really
have it
nice way
together?
to start the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. And that's really cool. I think that's great to learn that that's something that you prioritise in the morning because being here this morning, having seen that at all different times of the day, everyone's doing different things.
Yeah.
Like I said, Amber went off to the gym. Jacko's getting ready for school. You had an early morning Skype session this morning.
Yeah. Well, there was a few things that were out of routine
Yeah.
this morning. Like
Got a stranger in the house?
Yeah, it was just out of routine. Like this morning was just not a normal morning.
Yeah.
Hence the reason why we started late. We didn't get a chance to test our equipment, all those sorts of things. So there's lots of different things that happened this morning that was it just blew things out. And that's okay. Like
That's the 5% of the time that
can
you
happen.
don't have
routine.
breakfast together, right? But that's, I think, is really important for people because we did a podcast earlier on expectation or healing resentment, whatever. A lot of the time it's expectation. A lot of the time people have a 100% expectation. So they think that they are that it's bad if something doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Where routine doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But I think that flexibility is absolutely vital. But I love it that that's an important thing in the morning. You connect and then you go off and do your own thing.
Yep.
All right. So breakfast. And what happens after brekkie?
Generally, it's kisses goodbye. Amber and I, from time to time, probably 3 or 4 times a week, go get a coffee.
Yes. Because
And
Amber said this morning before we
time?
interviewed Tim Robards, no coffee.
Yeah. So we have coffee time, and we call it coffee time. So
That's
we'll
like
go
a
down
morning date every day.
every day.
That is so cool.
And it's really nice
How
because,
romantic, folks.
well, Amber works very, very hard in her job, and I work very, very hard doing what I do. And Jackson has long hours at his school, so it's not just, Jack's not just 8 till 3 or 9 till 3.
Yeah.
It's they're long days for him.
Yeah.
And so it's nice for us to have that time. Sometimes if Jackson hasn't got things on in the morning, he'll come and have a hot chocolate, and just go and hang out with us in the morning. That's quite nice.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Quality time. We know Amber's love language, quality time.
Time. It's all about time.
She would love that.
That's right.
Okay, you ready for me to share you my morning?
Yeah, go on. Tell me about
routine?
your
Okay.
morning. What do you do?
So-
What's the first thing you do when you wake up? Do you watch an inspiring video? What do you do?
So,
I just want to go back to my answer there.
yes.
We don't do tech before we leave the house.
Aha.
Right, so we don't turn the phones on before we leave the house. Some people will send me text messages first thing in the morning. I don't get them until I've left the house, and I could be driving, so
Yeah.
I don't respond until I've stopped.
Yeah.
So it might not be until 7:30 that I'm actually responding.
And it forces connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it. Cool. All right, so my alarm, and this is all right now at the moment, because daylight savings just changed and everything, somewhere between 5:30 and 5:45. But I really don't need to set it because the kids wake up. And I love it. Like, I used to be like, I've got to get up before the kids get up and the rest of it. But now I'm like, you know what, because it's early enough. Kids get up and Darby, quality, his physical touch is
Comes in
his
for a
love
cuddle.
language. So I go in for a cuddle. Sarah, I'm like, babe, just have a little sleep in by yourself, whatever. She goes in and have a little sleep in. I'll just go in, snuggle with the kids. I might read them a story. They might just be floppy and we're just lying in bed. And I'm physical touch. So I'm just like hugging the kids. And I love it. And then 6, 6:15, but no, probably about 6, I will get up and exercise. I'm doing a lot of tap out at the moment, which is the home exercise program. That's on DVD. Take that outside. I exercise till 6:45, 7 o'clock. I don't like to shower after I exercise, and I definitely don't brush my teeth before exercise because I've never known that I had poo breath. So exercise till 7.
You should actually. This is just a word of advice. It would be nice for you to brush your teeth before you exercise.
Now I know. Now I know why my kids are like, Dad, get away from me. Right? Now I know why Sarah rolls over in bed in the morning, right? So now I exercise, and then Sarah and I are both Leos, and so we're both selfish in the most beautiful way, but we both love our own time, like no kid time. So Sarah and I do a swap at 7 o'clock. Sarah can do whatever she wants. She might go down the beach, she might go and meditate, do yoga, but she has her time, and I start making breakfast. So I'm with the kids making breakfast from say 7 till 8. Then Sarah comes back, gets ready, or I get ready, or whatever. By about 8:30, the day we're ready to go. By 8:20, normally the kids are off to school. I'm off to do my work and the rest. So that's generally the way our morning unfolds. And then if we progress into, say, the next phase of the day, I'll swing it back to you. Tech-wise, I don't check emails. Like, I don't do any of that. Before I have a shower in the morning,
When do you shower?
Or after breakfast. So because I like to cool down. I don't like that.
So
I
you're
go
happy to
into
bring the smell to the breakfast table. Right. So you don't brush your teeth or shower before you've had brekkie. You bring in the full smell.
I bring poo breath and pooey underarms.
And sweat.
Yeah, sweat.
Wow.
To the breakfast table.
I think Amber would have some things to.
Yeah, she'd be
teach you.
vomiting at the thought of it.
Yeah, because I think I used to be a bit like that.
Yeah.
Just I'd brush my teeth after breakfast.
Well, yeah, I brush my teeth after breakfast. I will put it out there and say I'm not attached to brushing my teeth in the morning every day. One of the 7 days, I might not brush my teeth in the morning.
Kidding me?
If I want to go, and I'm like, I haven't brushed my teeth.
I don't know. This is actually I feel uncomfortable with that because Jack's a bit the same. Like he will leave his toothbrush there, and I'm like, dude, you haven't brushed your teeth. He goes, oh. And he'll go and brush his teeth. But he would quite happily do that. So is that like a boy thing that you just never grew out of?
I don't know. But I think my rationale, it might be a boy thought. So maybe, I don't remember what I did in the morning, what I did when I was younger. But logically I go, well, there's only breakfast in there. So you're thinking it more from a breath, I think, perspective. But for me, brushing my teeth has nothing to do with breath. It's all about food in my mouth. Right. So if I don't brush my teeth after breakfast, it's like, well, it's only breakfast.
And all the fairies that pooed in your mouth overnight.
Well, that's what I haven't been considering. I've been thinking about the poo fairies. So at night, I'm like, there's breakfast, morning tea, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner. Maybe if I had anything after dinner, that's a lot of food to get rid of. So there's no way I would go to bed without brushing my teeth. That disgusts me. Right? But in the morning, I'm like, you know what? In 5 or 10 minutes, I'll probably be having a coffee and maybe having a CPC, chocolate pudding cup. So, doesn't matter. Okay. But this is the intricacies. You're about to vomit whilst we talk about this.
I'm amazed. Did you clean your teeth this morning?
Yes, because you've got so much toothpaste under the sink. I didn't bring my toothpaste down.
It's a reminder.
I didn't bring my toothpaste down because I'm like, I'll just use Damo's.
It's Kogan.
Is it It's everywhere. The house is covered in toothpaste. All right. So now we're up to post-breakfast. You're still looking at me with eyes like, I can't believe you just said that. I can tell you heaps of other things.
That's right. I don't need to know some of the things.
So now we get to the beginning of the workday.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you do? I'm guessing you don't watch motivational videos at the beginning of the day like LT.
No.
I love the idea of that though.
Yeah, me too.
But I still haven't done it since recording.
I'd have to find time to do that.
Anyway, yeah, well, it's just that he kind of has a process. You know how sports people, it's like I've got I open my bag, I put my shoes on left to right. If you're like Adam Trelaw, and then I do everything. I've got a process. That's his process. It's like he videos and then he journals or whatever, and then he's on. That's just his process. But you and I are probably a little bit different. So, like you say, some of your days are different. So breakfast is done, workday begins. How does your workday begin? Take us up to lunchtime.
Okay, well, if it's a practice day, I'm in the office. So I might have made a call or two on the way to work. So I call DJ or Yowie. So
it's a social call?
Social call.
You make an effort for it not to be a work call? It's just like a...
Catch up.
Yep. Could be your mum, could be your brother, could be a friend.
Exactly. Yep. Just call somebody on the way to work. Often it's Amber.
Yeah. Sometimes it's me. Sometimes I get this call. Yes, right.
Yeah, that's right. So just get on the phone on the way to the practice. So I know I've got about 11 and a half minutes to, from the coffee shop or from here to get to my office.
So you don't call someone who's going to bar you up and feel bad that you're ending the call after 10 minutes.
Yeah, just
someone that you know is like, oh yeah, I know you got practice now.
Yeah, what are you doing on the way to work? Oh, cool. No worries. Off we go, have a chat.
Cool.
So it's nice. Park the car, try to get the same car park every day. And then, because I know the amount of steps, and then so I get to the steps into the door.
Are you serious? You know the amount of steps?
Kind of.
Mate, this is akin to the toothpaste.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why is it important for you to know how many steps it is from your car to your office door?
It's just the speed of. It's like
so you know how long it's going to take you to get there?
Yeah. Because I time it.
Mate, that's neurotic.
Not really.
What, it's 53 steps from the car to the office door?
Anyway, so...
It's 53 seconds or 27 and a half seconds?
I just know that I've got to time my runs so that I get to the next part of my day really well. So if I've got to park an extra 500 metres away, that means that my ending conversation of the day, in order to get to my next meeting, which I've usually planned for 30 minutes or 45 minutes after I finish my shift, has got to be cut shorter because I've got to get to the car in time in order to get to the next thing in time. Yeah, so it's just all part of being efficient. So it's thinking forward.
It's incredible.
So just a little thing I
Okay.
do. So I often call on my car park fairies to assist me in making sure that I've got the same car park. You can ask
Do they
Trudy,
come to play?
Yeah, Trudy and I talk about this all the time. You know, Trudy, my head CA at Vita, she'll go, "You got the fairies today?" I go, "Yeah, so did you." You know, so often we talk about that. So
Okay. And the fairies are good too.
generally.
Okay.
Generally.
Cool.
So park, you know, say good morning, big chirpy good morning. I'm always a chirpy good morning person. Even if I don't feel fantastic, I think it's really important to give everyone else around you a chirpy good morning.
Particularly when they're the leader in your business.
Yeah, well, yes, absolutely. And maybe that elevates the practice, but I really think it's important to say good morning and not just, hey, and then walk on through. So I'm big on that sort of communication.
Physiology first.
100%.
Yeah.
And then I'll put all of my things on my desk. I don't even turn my computer on. I'm straight back out into the reception area to do a pre-shift, talk about the pre-shift, talk about what's happening in the shift in that particular day with Trudy. Hopefully there's no distractions, and then back to turn all my computer equipment on and off we go.
So communication is for you, I can already tell from your morning setup, is massive. Like you and I both have a high value on communication, but there are a number of people, whether they're chiropractors or other business people, that don't have that same value on communication. Like you said, they walk through the front door, they go, "Hi," they go to their desk and then they stay at their desk. Or if they're a chiropractor, they drop their things and then they go to the table, first patient come on through, and there's no... a lot of chiro-CA relationships don't have that foundational strength that you have.
Yeah, I've got the best CAs on the planet, and they're
but
awesome.
also because they've got a leader that's putting the time and effort and care and appreciation into that relationship as well.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a massive learning for anyone, no matter what area of life we're talking about. Like communication is the biggest driver for the quality of your relationship.
Yeah.
And
What do you do? So what do you do for the start of your day? Because, you know, we've just got to the start of my day. What do
Yeah,
you
I
do?
know, but we're about to finish.
Well, why don't we finish with what you do at the start of your day?
Well, I go down to Tableview in Brunswick Heads, Monday to Friday, without fail. I used to work from home from 9 to 5, but I just didn't like being inside the house all day. I'm a social animal.
Yeah, you need to be with people.
And I love my family, and it wasn't to get away from my family. I just need to be around. I just need change. I just need other people. And then I go and work from the cafe from 9 till 12. And I still maintain it is the best almond latte in the Southern Hemisphere. Just been to Bali, couldn't find one there.
What about the one you just had today?
It was good, but this one has a secret almond macadamia milk recipe.
Well, see, that's different. Almond macadamia I can handle, but
It's
just straight
homemade.
almond,
And it's not out of a packet.
boredom.
And it is, and he's a coffee connoisseur, so everything is processed.
I might
So
try that
like he has a process. Oh yeah, when you come up, you will love it. But and the thing is, what I love is that it breaks my state. Sometimes they used to have a share table there. They've just changed it, but they have a share table. 8 or 10 people can sit there. I've kind of got what my exceptionals call the webinar wall. Like I've got a seat at the table, and it's against the wall. And I'll sit there because it's near the PowerPoint, and there could be a stranger sitting there. And the other day, the stranger was the founder of the Steiner schools, or one of the co-founders of the Steiner schools up there, and our kids go to Steiner schools. And so we got chatting about all things Steiner. And we were there for probably 30 minutes talking, and that wasn't a plan of my day. And was it the highest priority in my plan? Probably not, but was it a very positive start to the day? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You know, and so I love that. And really, did I get any less done? Probably not. Like I probably caught up. But it was a really good change up to the day. So I kind of love the variation that working from the cafe brings. And because it is a small town, Brunswick Heads, it's very communal. I know my barista's name. I know the people that work there. I bring a lot of business there and people and all the rest of it. And it's just very community driven. And I just get so much work done there as well. So I leave, I work there till midday. And I take all my calls outside, so I go for a walk, and I'm a loud talker, so I do annoy people. People come up to me and go, "Will you tone it down?" I'm just going for a walk, having a chat, but I have a very fulfilling 3 hours in Bruns, and then I drive home for lunch, and magically, and I seriously say magically, because I don't tell Sarah when I'm coming home, I often come home, and they're just sitting down to lunch. And so I walk in, and lunch is on the table, or in the fridge, or in the oven, and I have lunch with the family, and then I kick into the second half of the day.
Beautiful.
Let's continue.
Beautiful.
Let's continue this on another episode because we want to hear about lunch and the second half of the day. And then nighttime routines and rituals, or just how you like to do it. Because again, everyone does it differently. But we want to really just, I suppose, open up. I mean, we've already learned about poo breath and brushing our teeth and not brushing our teeth. But if you think that was interesting, wait till you hear what happens at nighttime between you and I and the rest. So really hope you've enjoyed a day or a morning in the life of Damo and myself, the 100 Not Out lifestyle. Look forward to having you on the next episode of 100 Not Out. You can find us at thewellnesscouch.com and all the other podcasts available. Also check us out on YouTube at 100 Not Out. Find out more about Damo at damianchristoph.com and myself at marcuspierce.com.au. And finally, make sure you go on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating and or a review. That allows the podcast message to be shared around the world. Until next time, see you on the next episode, and may the rest of your life be the best of your life.
This has been a production of TheWellnessCouch.com. Check us out on Facebook and join in the conversation on Facebook.com/The Wellness Couch. Subscribe to each show on iTunes and check us out on Twitter. The Wellness Couch, streaming wellness into your lives. Whilst the Wellness Couch presenter endeavor to provide accurate and helpful information to their listeners, these podcasts cannot take into account individual circumstances and are not intended to be a substitute for health and medical advice from a qualified health professional. You should always seek the advice of a qualified health professional before acting on any of the information provided by any of the Wellness Couch podcasts.